Hello, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to Nevermore Creations. I have a custom junk journal. I believe this is my last custom one in my order queue before Christmas. So I'm getting finished up and ready for the holidays. This one's going to Ireland, which is super exciting to me. I'd love to visit Ireland someday. And she wanted nature, neutral-ish tones, nothing really loud. She liked my country piece digital kit. She liked my botanist, oceanographer, entomologist set, and she ordered the 9x6. So this is my recycled cereal box cover that I do. There are 120 pages, 3 signatures sewn in the spine. I used this copper colored parchment paper for the spine and this really pretty understated bird for the front. This is a Martha Stewart paper, and the bird and the branch and the leaves, they're kind of glossy, but the rest is matte. And then on the back we have a little bit of a branch and some grass down here. I stitched on the ribbon, and I think that really adds, I like it. And it's nice and thick, so it holds it tight. We'll get right into it. So the writing here on the inside, it says like the swallow goldfinch, the canary goldfinch. It has a whole bunch of different names for birds, and it is the opposite side of this paper in the paper pad. So let's get right into it. I have a coffee dyed paper ribbon here with some stamping, more birds from Martha Stewart. A Project Life card sewn in that says Explore, and then here is a print from a vintage book page with about feathers. And then there's some lace and a button and journaling space on the back. I did some stamping, beautiful coffee dyed paper, journaling cards. This is from a book from the 1800s about British birds. I think it's called British Birds and Their Habitats. So this one is the blackbird. And so I made a bunch of journaling cards from those throughout. I've done spraying with glimmer mist and coffee. I was inspired a little bit by Jibbid. I did not go to the extent she goes to. Her stuff is way more gorgeous than mine, but sewing some of these elements on like that, I was reminded of how she does that. This is a vintage print from about leaves. And there's Distress Ink, which is forest moss. I had some vintage books on wildlife. So we have hawks. And then here's some dictionary paper and a Martha Stewart butterfly punch. There's a little collage up there. These are from the Graphics Fairy, and they're different herbs. So I printed them on some of the pages. These are the vintage how to draw cards that I found in my internet burrowing when I look for things in the public domain. And I've sold some of these sets, and I'll probably sell more. But this is the squirrels, and then I made a giant tag. There's some paper ribbon up here. This is from a 1960s book about nature. And this is about trees and plants. I want to say this is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. But has a really pretty butterfly on it. Some butterfly stamping. Here's a Filofax divider for W and X. But this is the Willow Warbler. So I thought that was fitting for W. And, of course, I'm hot gluing the pages together. Here's a little collage I did. And I used some domino images, nature domino images from DigitalCollageClub. And she has some amazing images. I love working with her domino images. They're amazing for collaging. And so I collaged some lace from Matt's Lace and Trim on eBay with that as well. This is a paint chip card. The color is wheatgrass. And I just tied some string on that. There's a little, whatever that is, collage. So here's some more hawks, ribbon, another little journaling card I made with some vintage, a print from Vintage Leaves, little twine on paper, extra paper clip, stamping, another how to draw, another collage. So a lot of the same type of elements. There's a journal card throughout. Vintage Rolodex card, and then this is from my Country Piece kit. I printed out the journaling cards from my Country Piece kit and added some of them, and then this is from Digital Collage Club here. There's a little tab with a button, more herbs, a big pocket to put receipts, photos, or whatever, There's for my country piece kit. This is from a 1950s children's encyclopedia, and this is about butterflies and bees, I think. Wasps, something like that. Here's another one of these. This is the Song Thrush Redwing with a garment pin and some sequins and beads. Ribbon, stamping, more collaging. This is from Junk That Treasures. It's a weekly time report for a week. And then I loved how it went with this from my kit, Seek Peace and Pursue It. And I just sewed on some burlap. Made a little tuck spot here and added some journaling cards. More animals. I think this is a woodchuck. A little tag with a stamp and then a date and a journaling place. This is one of my country piece journaling cards with the rooster. And then I found this vintage, it's a print from a seed packet for the carrot. And it's really old. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I added that. Some lace and buttons. A wallpaper tuck spot with a tag and a big piece of paper for journaling and a cardboard butterfly. This is wild lettuce paint chip, and then I made this tag to slip in there. Some washi. This is an Edith Holden birds. Noted. A sticker and a button. And then I loved how the scrapbook paper has a quote from A.A. Milne. And it says, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Yearly egg account. I thought that was cute. More birds and a vocabulary card. This is from a vintage little golden book, and this is the goats and the sheep. So I added that, and I pinched out a bird down here at the bottom. And then I made this little bookmark, but there's a room to write a quote or journaling here. I did some stitching with these, a print of these vintage leaves. Got extra journaling space there, and I added some gold trim. I collaged this little tuck spot with a Tim Holtz butterfly, these owls from Digital Collage Club, one of those embroidery floss, like you wrap it around, this is plastic, and then a little black tag I made. And then this is from I think it's a gardening book or a book on flowers. I think it's gardening. And then I left the tree side here and turned it into a tag. Elk, a little brown bow up there. So lots of room for writing. There's another bird punch. The caribou. Here's a wallpaper belly band, and then clipped on is this journaling card. Some more stamping. Another collage. I believe that this book page is from the English Gardens book, and then some more birds. Little collage up there, a wallpaper tag, and we have the end. So I always love how my nature ones come out because they just flow together so well for me. I love nature, and I think it is probably my favorite theme for junk journals. I am working on a Raggedy Ann junk journal that's really fun, and I can't wait to show that to you guys when I complete it. But thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't, like, and comment.